Jeremy Clarkson has blasted scientists and politicians over their COVID-related guidance, adding that the government should tell SAGE to get back in their box. Former Top Gear presenter Jeremy Clarkson, 61, has hit out at the government and SAGE over their decision to reinforce lockdown at various points of the coronavirus pandemic over the past year and a half. The star of Clarkson's Farm said that the public should go through life with our fingers crossed instead of facing going back into lockdowns if advised by the Scientific Advisory Group for Emergencies. The group of scientists have been helping the government draft their policies during the pandemic, but one person who has voiced a disagreement with their advice is the Grand Tour host. Jeremy said, "When it started, I read up on pandemics and they tend to be 4 years long. He went on to brand the scientists advising the government as communists, and said that the population should be crossing their fingers instead of going back into another lockdown. I think the politicians should sometimes tell those communists at SAGE to get back in their box," he said. "Let's just all go through life with our fingers crossed and a smile on our face," he told Radio Times. Jeremy went on to speculate over the length of time the coronavirus pandemic could last, as well as the Prime Minister's hesitancy to relax restrictions. He explained, "I can see Boris doesn't want to open it up and shut us back down again. But if it's going to be 4 years, and who knows, it could be 40 years. After adding that he read the coronavirus pandemic could remain indefinitely, Jeremy stated, "Well, if it's going to be forever, let's open it up and if you die, you die." You've always got to have optimism or else life becomes very wearing. The star went on to relay how depressing it was that despite being double-jabbed and previously contracting coronavirus, he still isn't able to visit the theater due to lockdown restrictions. The car expert previously told how he feared he'd die alone during his battle with the virus after suffering with it at Christmas. Jeremy said he thought he would die in a lonely plastic tent after he contracted COVID-19 over the holidays, admitting that he thought his unhealthy lifestyle would make it difficult for him to fight the virus off. He shared that he began to feel unwell 4 days before Christmas and, after Googling his symptoms, decided to get tested for coronavirus. He said, "The doctor was very clear. I'd feel under the weather for between 5 and 14 days, and then I'd either get better, or I'd have to go to hospital." Where, because I am 60 and fat, and because I've smoked 500,000 cigarettes and had double pneumonia, I'd probably die, on my own, in a lonely plastic tent. Writing in his column for the Sunday Times, he penned, "I'm not going to lie, it was quite scary." The motor expert explained that he self-isolated in a small cottage with his longtime love Lisa Hogan, 46, and her children. He continued, "With every illness I've had, there has always been a sense that medicine and time would eventually ride to the rescue, but with COVID-19 you have to lie there, on your own, knowing that medicine is not on its way and that time is your worst enemy." The star of his own Amazon Prime series Clarkson's Farm recently took to Twitter to announce good news regarding the show. The owner of Diddley Squat Farm told his 7.3 million fans that his farm show has just been renewed for a second season.